I'm ready for the cameras. This is just like my more professional looking makeup. It is a little bit more glam. I am higher contrast. I do like to look a little bit more glam than I need to, honestly. But I have to do a little bit of filming for my other business. And this just is some nice put together makeup that looks really good on me, and it just will appear really good on camera. So if you're interested on how I did this look, just keep on watching. It's been a week. This video might be all over the place. Let's see. I'm gonna start with my foundation. This is the Lumi matte foundation. You can tell I love this thing because look, we're using this up pretty darn quickly. I mean, I did depot some of it for when I travel, but I mean, the majority of this is still in here, and my travel pot is also like running low, so I'm gonna be picking up another one of these unless Maybelline will sponsor me. I have not had any big makeup companies sponsor me yet, so somebody, come on now. I'm spending my moolahs out here. Actually, this is my favorite foundation, just in general now. I mean, just look how smooth. It's so lightweight. It's more of like a medium coverage. Like, see, I have a mark right here where I picked at my face. That is more hormonal. Actually, I always break out when I start my period, and that was more recent. So I'm gonna show you. And then I'm getting something over here. I don't know what that's about. Honestly, it's the stress. It's been a week. It's been the last 2 weeks. It's been kind of crazy. Some good kind of crazy, some like not so good kind of crazy. I'll explain this throughout the video. This might be a makeup therapy session. Let's see. But like, I'm also getting ready to do more work because I have to film for my other business. So I might talk about that here. I just used a pump of this. I'm going on pretty light coverage today. I don't want to do anything crazy. I just need camera ready makeup. I need to look like a little bit more natural, but like I did put a little bit more effort to get a little glam, so that's just what I'm gonna go for today. And this foundation is perfect. It's just so lightweight. I have been using this foundation like non-stop. I would switch my foundations here and there, and I would film, and I just had to recently like scrap a lot of content I filmed. I filmed like 3 full-length YouTube video worth of content. I scrapped everything because my thoughts were all over the place, so hopefully that doesn't happen this time. But I keep going back to this foundation. It's actually amazing. This is the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation in the shade 118. I am a little bit tan right now, but I'm just going to use a lot of bronzer to fix that. Going with some cream bronzer. I'm using the Revolution Cream Bronze in medium. This is just such a nice, cooler bronze shade. And I'm using the Makeup by Mario F4 brush for now. I have a lot of alternatives for foundation brushes if you are interested, because this one I would say is at like a steeper price point, but I recently did a like makeup brush video, so you can check that if you're interested. But I still love this brush. This still is a fantastic brush, and I still am using it. And I love having a lot of different foundation, like complexion brushes like this, because I have to wash my brushes less often then. Yeah, I mean, of course, wash all my clients' brushes. Anything I use on clients gets washed every single time and properly sanitized. But for me, I've been doing a lot of makeup these days. I haven't been able to film, but I have a lot of brushes that are dirty. So yeah, and I love when I can just use the same brush for multiple products like this. It's a win-win. The AOA Studio E111 brush is like an angled flat brush. I'm going to do this for my nose today just because I do want a little bit definition, since I will be on camera. I mean, I've been loving just kind of using the bigger brushes to just get bronzer all over, but I just want a little bit definition today, and this pretty much is how I do it. And I don't really like try to make like reshape my nose or anything. I'm just bringing back some definition after using the foundation, which completely like flattens out my face. I'm not going to completely blend this out because when I do set with powder, it's going to soften these edges out. For cream blush, I'm going to use the Patrick Todd, like the blush duo in She's Seductive. This one's just like my favorite like go-to shade. It's just such a perfect, softer, muted pink. And this is so perfect for olive skin toned girlies, if you're olive skin tone, I recently did a video with like my favorite like one and done like brownie, like more brown, less pinky shades. So if you want to see that, that's my last video, I believe. Yeah, my head's kind of like in two different, like when I'm in my makeup mode, I have like, you know, all of that going in my head, but I have been in my other business mode for quite a bit, so I still have like kind of that spinning around my head. But look how gorgeous that color is. I'm telling you, if you're like a little bit more lighter medium but olive skin toned, this one is gorgeous. I've tried this concealer a couple times. I haven't gathered my thoughts on this yet, but this is the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Light Illuminating Smoothing Concealer. I noticed this didn't crease, but I'm just going to apply it the way I have been liking to apply it. So this here, and this is in the shade Graham Cracker. It's not too bright on me, but I'm going to use like a fluffier brush here. This is the Jessup MUL07 brush. Just get some product on here. I just like the softness I get with this method. And it kind of ensures I don't pick up any product underneath, but I feel like this is such light coverage. I'm gonna look at it. I feel like it's not really covering as much, which, I mean, what do you guys think? Is that, it really feels like I'm applying almost nothing here. Let's get some more. I don't know. Because I did dot this on my face and I feel like it also kind of gave a similar result. You guys let me know. Am I crazy? Because I feel like when it comes to Too Faced makeup products, you're getting a lot of coverage. Like, they're usually typically very like thicker, heavier formulas. So I don't know what's going on with this one. What do you guys think? I don't like anything like dewy or greasy, but I mean, let's see. I had this in like one of my last makeup tutorials, but I scrapped that one. So, I mean, I just wasn't feeling it. I'm not getting very much coverage here. Right? I mean, okay. Once I set it, it looks okay. But I don't know. I don't feel like concealer should ever be like this glowy looking. You know? I mean, I have a preference. I prefer more matte base products, but this just... I have no idea what's going on here. Yeah. I'm not getting like any coverage. If you've tried this concealer, do you feel the same? Because I don't know what this is about. Even where it blended out on my hand, it just looks like it's like oily. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face, and when I go for a full-on filtered finish, like I need it to look like completely smooth, this is my go-to setting powder, and it's the AboutFace Curtain Call Set and Smooth Loose Powder. I have the shade Veil here. It's actually like just a touch too deep for me, but I am a little bit tanner now, so this actually should work out perfectly. But I use like, I think Bow. This is Veil. Yeah, I use Bow for when I want like a more brightening shade. I mean, it doesn't really have like coverage or anything, but you know, you can tell when you have a little bit of brightening of like a setting powder. But look at that. Beautiful. Like, this is so finely milled. I think this is more finely, like the most finely milled powder I've used. And this is a nice like mid-ranged price. You know, it's not as pricey as Huda Beauty. It's not as affordable as Wet n Wild, but this is much more finer milled in my opinion. But I feel like Huda Beauty has more coverage, which is why I keep that one in my pro kit. But this one, I have been reaching for this one more with my clients, and it's just so beautiful. But I'm also going to pretty much set like the center of my face where I have shine. And you can kind of see where I have my nose contour. It's kind of blurred out. And I will be going over with a powder bronzer as well to bring a little bit more of that definition back. I'm someone that likes to set pretty much the entire face. And if I want a glow, I have other glowy products I will use at the end. But I will lightly set where I have my bronzer and blush, because I really do like to set those with like powder blush and powder bronzer. Even after setting it, I really don't think I like this concealer. I feel like it did a whole lot of nothing. I have a ton of bronzers, and this one is just one of my favorites. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Bronze Without Caution. The Skin Fetish Define Bronzer in Bronze Dawn. I actually have multiple shades of this thing, but this is just the one I happened to grab today. It's a beautiful matte bronzer. I feel like matte bronzers always just look so good when it comes to like photo ready work, just makeup. It just looks so much more natural. And look at that. Oh, Pat McGrath products are just so beautiful. Yeah, I have a lot of these and they're fabulous. I keep all of the shades I have in my kit. I probably don't need to, but these just work so beautifully. I mean, look at it. I do have a more muted blush on. I do want a little bit of a pop of color. So today I'll use the Gucci Cheeks and Eyes Powder Luminous. It's like a luminous matte finish blush. And I think this is such a gorgeous color. But this is in 04 Bright Coral. Go ahead and use just like the Jessup MUL05 brush and just dab it where I want it focused. It's like lighter pigment, which I do prefer when it comes to powder blushes. Like when it comes to cream blushes, I actually like more pigment, but powder blushes, I prefer more buildable pigment. And this is just so gorgeous layered with this other blush. Wow. And it's just such a soft, luminous finish. I hate seeing any type of shimmers or anything. And this one just sits on top of my other makeup so beautifully. And Gucci is just really cute with their packaging. I mean, I think this blush is like, what, $50? Is it worth $50? I feel like there are other high-end blushes you could try if you want a luxury blush, but I just want to try some makeup from Gucci, and this is what I grabbed. I mean, not bad about it, but there are other options that I could recommend. And put some fixing mist on my face just to melt everything together. I feel like just that concealer is just not sitting for some reason. So we're just gonna hope this saves it all. I'm gonna go for a more natural feel on my brows. So this is just my go-to. This is the Morphe like micro brow pencil. And I just fill in where I have a little sparseness at the front of my brow and then where my arch is basically missing. I mean, this is typically what I always do for most of my looks. If anything, I'll just color it in a little darker for my more glamorous looks. But pretty simple to do. And then I'll just use my spoolie just to soften it up a little bit and take out a lot of like the excess product in my brows. I'm excited about this palette today. I'm using Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego. And this is actually kind of like their like dupe of Natasha Denona's Glam palette. I mean, look at it. Straight up. And I actually did a comparison video between the Glam palette and this one, and I do swatches and eye look and everything, so if you want you can check that out. They're pretty comparable but not dupes in my opinion. I mean, the shades are pretty much dupes, but is it a complete dupe? No. Natasha Denona's formulas are amazing. I mean, and these are good, not the best in my opinion, but for this affordable price, I mean, it's like a fraction of the price. It's worth checking out if you want to save the money. If you're looking for a similar color story, this one's a good one. You know, it has a mirror. This travels really well as well. But I have used this a couple times on my channel. I think I also recommended this for one of my travel palettes recommendations. It's a solid palette. I'll go ahead and use Jessup's MUL09 brush. It's a nice fluffy brush, and I'll use the shade Risk right here. It's a very, very cool toned shade, but I'm going to use it to pretty much contour my eye a little bit. I've really just been sticking to these Jessup makeup brushes, and I really do like them. I have other eye makeup brushes that I do love more, but for an affordable find, these are fantastic, especially if you're a beginner artist, because the set I have here, and I have this all in like that makeup brush video I did recently, the set I have, it just has a nice array of brushes, and I've been doing complete full-on looks with those brushes in my past couple of videos, so feel free to check those out. You can see the brushes in action and decide for yourself. Now, if you have the money to invest in a couple brushes, there's a lot of options out there. I honestly haven't tried very many expensive brushes, like from Hourglass. I haven't tried any. I want to, but I can't reason with like a $50 like single makeup brush. But I don't know, and no one's like really recommended it to me, so I don't see a need for me to try. But if anyone, I feel like I'm looking for a sign for someone to say, just do it, just try it out. But I mean, maybe I'll save my money. I need to be wiser with my money now. But I'm switching over to the MUL 10 brush. It's like a slightly smaller version of my last brush. And I'll use the shade Desire right here. It's like a warmer, or no, it's like a more brown shade. And I'll basically add a little bit more dimension to my crease, but making sure I'm not taking this too high up, like this. How do you guys feel about like just like a makeup therapy type of session? Like, it would be one where I don't cut very much. Like, I basically don't film when I'm just like sitting in silence, but I'm still trying to talk as much as I can to give as much detail. But it would kind of basically be about like talking about life, maybe some advice I have just from someone that's experienced maybe, I mean, hopefully like a quarter of her life. I don't know how long I'll live. No one knows except for God, I guess. Let me know how you guys would feel about that. Like, maybe if it's therapeutic, if someone's just looking for someone to talk to, or just, I don't know, feel like someone's there. How'd you guys feel? Because sometimes, I mean, even for me, taking the same shade right here, sometimes I would watch get ready with me videos and get ready for events, whether it be like a date night or something. I mean, not as much anymore, but I would just watch just to make it feel like I'm just getting ready with a friend. Not that I was like lonely or anything. I mean, sometimes I'd just play music, but I always find it really nice. Like, and also getting like some inspiration, like, oh, okay, she's trying this product out. Maybe I'll try a similar product, or maybe that's something I can try next time. So you guys let me know what you guys think, or if you just prefer more straight tutorials like this. Take the same brush here and I'll use the shade right here. It's like a nice deeper brown, and you guessed it, deepen up that crease. But I'm gonna keep this more focused, like in my corners right here, like that. And just from my eye shape, I know where to pretty much contour, and this just works out the best. And you know, on camera, this just looks a bit more natural on me. Just a reminder, just to be gentle with your eyelids. You really don't want to drag your eyelids as much. I know I'm not the best at that, but I'm trying to be conscious as I do my makeup. I think my earlier YouTube videos, I was going like pretty harsh on my eyes, and when I was watching the videos, I was like, oh my gosh, that's actually a little bit too rigid. But these brushes themselves, like the Jessup makeup brushes, these are a bit more stiffer, I will say that, so it may look like I am going a little bit harsh on my eyes here, but I'm really not. I'm just trying to lay everything down, get everything blended, and these do a pretty good job. They're nice and fluffy. Switch to an even like smaller blending brush. This is Jessup's MUL 12 brush, and use the deepest shade right here, Umbra. I'll focus this just on like the outer V right here, but closer to my lash line, and just take it a little bit into my crease. I don't want to deepen my eyes too much because I do want this look to be a little bit more natural looking, but with my high contrast features, I have to kind of add this. Otherwise, it looks like I have a whole bunch of dust on my eyelids. Putting this on my lower lash line, but really focusing it on like right where my lashes are. I don't want to take this shade too dark or too down. And I have like just with my eye shape, I really have to kind of fill in this area right here for my eyes to look less, we'll say more balanced. Now, one thing about this palette is the shimmers aren't anything revolutionary. I think the flecks on this palette are a little bit bigger for some of the shades than the Natasha Denona ones. So it'll stick out a little bit more for some, but when it comes to shimmers, I am a bit picky. These aren't any special like big formulas, anything really glistening liquid metal, none of that. They're just nice, you know, basic shimmers here. But I'll go ahead in with the shade Disguise right here and tap it on the center of my lid. And I'm using the AOA Studio E123 brush, just a nice flat brush, and just get this on here. I mean, see, it's like a nice champagne-y toned shimmer. Nothing crazy, but it's a pretty shade for sure. I think that's good for the eyes. And I'll go ahead and do some liner. Again, high contrast. I want some definition to my eyes. My eyes are like my favorite feature of my face. So I like to bring some definition back, and I use the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Automatic Gel Pencil in the shade Pitch Black, and I like to I like to line my waterline and tight line a bit, and then I'll just do like a soft smudge on my upper eyelid. I think the eyeliner looks great. I just used an angled brush just to softly smudge everything out. No wing or anything. That just doesn't suit my face as much as I'd like. But I am going to curl my lashes and use the AOA Studio Big Boss Mascara. I have been loving this mascara because it is just so dark. Oh, but I hate curling my lashes. I'm not gonna lie about that. Oh gosh, I hate that feeling. Oh, man. I mean, I don't really rip out my lashes with these, but I just hate, like, sometimes it pinches. Not a fan. I basically start as close to the base as I can, and I slowly, like, move up like that, but all the ones I've tried I don't like very much, but I do want my lashes to stick up a bit more because my lashes point straight down, and it's super annoying. I don't want to do lashes today, just, you know, going for that more natural look. But just watch how dark this mascara is. And then this is also just $1, by the way. For $1, it's just, I think this is like the darkest mascara I've tried. And I've tried quite a bit. And look at that. Look at the bottom lashes. When I first used this mascara, it was so, like, wet and super clumpy. But now that I've used a good bit of it out of the tube, now it works much better. So if you're trying this out for the first time, just wipe off some of that extra product. And I got some right here. I'm waiting for it to dry so I can wipe it off. But it's a solid mascara. Now, I mean, is it the best mascara? No, I just love how dark it is. And I do like the brush. But it, you know, for $1, this is really good. Time for the lips. I do want my lips to have just a little bit of drama to them, but again, a little bit more natural. So I'm going to use MAC's Whirl lip pencil. Now, I mean, the shade I love, but MAC lip pencils don't give me anything revolutionary. I feel like MAC has a really good shade range when it comes to lip liners, but I feel like for the price, I'm not a fan of MAC pencils. They're not really long lasting. They're just like the most basic pencil. And I feel like for $25, it needs to do something more than that. Like, I don't know, at least like last a long time, but it just doesn't do that either for me. So, I mean, there's a lot of other options I highly recommend, but I still will use them. Nice shades. I mean, it's nothing wrong. It's just nothing special. This Whirl shade looks so different on so many complexions. For me, it's almost like a nudie pink. I love it on me. It's a great shade, but I mean, I use this one a lot. This is actually the second Whirl I've purchased because I've lost the first one. It's still, I mean, I will repurchase this again after I finish it just because I love the shade, honestly. Let's go ahead and make this a MAC lip combo. I'll have MAC's Hug Me right here. So many people talk about Thanks It's MAC, and that one's a nice shade, but MAC's Hug Me, I love even more. I mean, just look how pretty. Has a nice sheen to it, so I don't have to put on a gloss or anything. It's just a nice, like, nude lip. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm ready to film some things for my other business venture, so that should be fun. I do have a little bit more energy now. I do feel a little bit more glammed up, a little bit more confident. So that should be good. I do have to fix my hair a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was doing my hair while I was watching TV. I was not paying attention. I will just fix up some of these front few pieces. But otherwise, the makeup looks good. Nice and like more natural. I don't look too heavy. This will, I mean, I have to look at how it looks on camera right here, but overall, this is kind of the look I do when it comes to more professional things. Like if I'm meeting up with other people in terms of like my businesses, I guess either one, I can do makeup like this. It's just very clean, very simple. It's makeup that suits me. And I feel like I like to emphasize that like this makeup suits me because as I do makeup for each client, I tailor it to their face. So like they'll show me an inspiration photo. I will tailor it to their face, how it will look best with their features, things like that. But this just gives me more confidence and I can handle any meetings, things like that, like a boss. But let me know your thoughts if you enjoyed the video. And I switched up a lot of my makeup products here today. So you guys let me know your thoughts. I do have a couple favorites in here, like my Pat McGrath bronzer. And then something, I mean, I still don't know what's going on with this concealer. It didn't give me any coverage, honestly. And I dipped in twice. So yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of this concealer. I'm going to give this a couple more tries in my next few videos. You guys can kind of see, I'll try it different ways, applying it different ways, see how it looks, but it's not really brightening or anything. It says Ethereal Light Illuminating Smoothing Concealer. I mean, it's smooth a little bit. I don't see any creasing. It's not illuminating either. But the shade itself wasn't, I mean, it's brighter than me. This should have done something. If you want to see my face more, you can follow me on my social media pages. And I'll go ahead and put my other business page here as well, so you guys can check that out. I don't really talk about it much. I don't want to spend too much time on it here. Maybe I'll do a dedicated video talking about that, but you guys can let me know if you're interested. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon.